It's time to start using the P word. We'll take a look at where things stand. A former All-Star is on the move. And for the first time this season, we profile a team broadcaster. Unless you'd rather drop and give us 20, it's time to watch a brand new ECHL week.
Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. This time we come to you from the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Cyclones. Time to get the show started. Here's our big story this week. Just over a quarter of the regular season remains, and 24 of the 26 teams are either in a playoff spot or within reasonable distance of one. Remember, the top 4 teams in each division qualify. Let's break down all 4 division races. In the North, defending champ Newfoundland looks to have smooth sailing toward a playoff berth. The other 3 positions are anyone's guess. Reading has the upper hand on the second spot and the home ice advantage in the first round of the postseason, which goes with it. But Maine and Brampton aren't far behind. Don't forget Adirondack. With 10 games left against the 3 teams directly in front of them, the Thunder are still in the playoff hunt. Main forward, Jake Elmer.
Everybody wants to be going up at this point of the year, not going down. So it's just finding our stride and take it each shift at a time, each guy. So everyone wants to be in the playoffs. Everyone wants to hoist a cup. So we're going to start looking at that for sure more.
The South has 2 teams already clearing their schedules for April. South Carolina has been at the top of the heap all season, and last season's division champ, Florida, should keep pressure on the Rays right to the end of the regular season. The real drama in the South will be for the final 2 playoff spots and the right to battle one of the front-runners in the first round of the postseason. Orlando, Greenville, Atlanta, and Jacksonville all have had good and bad stretches this season. The teams which avoid lengthy slumps in the last 6 weeks should have a leg up on the others. Atlanta coach Jeff Pyle.
You can't beat teams with luck anymore. You got to be able to play 60 minutes every night. So when we do it, we're good. And I just talked to the guys about it today. We're still in a good position. We have everything in front of us now. It's just a matter of us, again, we have to get the job done. We have to get rid of our high risk and play smart. And if we do that, I'll live with the results.
For the second straight season, it looks as if the top pair in the Central will be Cincinnati and Toledo. But the division with the narrowest point spread from first to last means that Fort Wayne, Indy, Wheeling, and Kalamazoo all have legitimate shots at extending their years beyond the end of the regular season on April 5th. Wheeling coach Mike Davis.
So many good coaches in the division. A lot of talented players, some veteran players on some of those teams. So it's a good challenge for us to get better and find ways to stay in the hunt, and whether it's players returning or players elevating their games that are here. Our goal is to be there right at the end.
Allen, on top of the mountain, is all but a lock for the playoffs. The farther one looks in the division, the more tightly bunched the standings become. Utah, among the best teams in the ECHL since early December, looks secure, and Idaho has a bit of a cushion in 3rd place. But 4th through 7th, Rapid City, Tulsa, Wichita, and Kansas City are separated by 11 points with 6 weeks to play. Mavericks defenseman Zach Osborne.
Every team has their ups and downs, and for us, the season's been a roller coaster, and we've had to deal with our fair share of adversity. But we've proven ourselves that we can come out on top after every downslope of the year. So it's just a matter of how we respond.
The news block is next on ECHL Week.
Hi, I'm John Albert of the Jacksonville Icemen, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Time for our regular look at news from all around the ECHL. The Newfoundland Growlers have ascended to the top of the heap in terms of consecutive home ice wins. When the defending Kelly Cup champions defeated Maine 5-1 on Valentine's Day, it marked their 19th straight win on Mile 1 center ice and pushed them ahead of the 1994-95 South Carolina Stingrays for the longest home winning streak in the 32-season history of the ECHL. Riley Woods, Tommy Panico, and Todd Skirving got the Newfoundlanders off to a 3-0 lead by the midpoint of the second period. Evan Newgold and Zach O'Brien capped the scoring for the Growlers. The streak ended the next night when the Mariners got revenge. The Growlers are 22-5 at home this season and, not surprisingly, lead the ECHL in points on friendly territory. Even if their team doesn't win the ECHL title this season, fans in select league cities will still get a chance to see the Kelly Cup. The ECHL's title trophy is hitting the road for its annual pre-playoff trip with an appearance today in Cincinnati. On other Fridays through the end of the regular season, the league's ultimate trophy will make stops in Maine, Idaho, Greenville, and Atlanta. A former ECHL All-Star is on the move. Forward Dante Salaturo, who spent time with 6 ECHL clubs over the last 4 seasons, has been traded to one of his former stops, Rapid City, the team for which he played when he was named to the mid-season All-Star roster in 2018. The Rush are looking for some extra firepower in their quest to hold on to a Mountain Division playoff spot. In return, Worcester receives Tyler Polson, a quick forward who was 4th on the Rush in scoring during his rookie year last season. The Railers also obtain another second-year pro, Miles McGurty, a 6'1" right-shooting defenseman who was leading Rapid City in games played this season. Worcester, just about out of the playoff hunt, is already looking to next season and stacking up with young but experienced players. The trade deadline is getting close. There will be plenty of moves during the next couple weeks. We'll recap all the activity leading to the trade deadline in the ECHL Week show, which debuts on Friday, March 6th.
A Mountain Division highlight game, plus our first Voices of the ECHL segment this season, when ECHL Week continues.
She wanted to move someplace warm.
But he wanted snow for the holidays. So we built a snow globe.
Get that later.
But the one thing we could both agree on was getting Geico to help with our homeowner's insurance.
What?
Switching and saving was really easy.
I love you!
Sweetie, hands off the glass.
Ugh.
Call Geico and see how easy saving on homeowners and condo insurance can be.
I love her!
Hi, I'm Boston Lear, the Kalamazoo Wings, and you can tweet me at Beantown_20.
Time to head west for our highlight game of the week.
It's Olsen. 3 seconds left on the initial penalty. Parkinen goes down low. A save by Williams is still loose. They score. Dorowitz on the doorstep. 5:35 left in the first period. It's 1-0 Wichita. Clifford holds, goes across, takes the shot. It's tipped wide of the net. Going away is Nevins in the trapezoid. Quickly, 2 guys on either side of him. Puts it out front. Clifford shoots. He scores! Jake Clifford with the one-timer. Down to the circle. Oilers still working this extra man advantage. Thomas goes across, a quick shot. They score! Miles Liberati from Jared Thomas points a circle as the players had switched positions on the 6-man outfit. And Liberati shooting to score 18 inches off the ice inside the post. On the pinch, can he hold? He does. In the corner, it comes to the line as Price will clear the zone now. 3-on-2. Getting back into the play is McKee. Price goes across. Fournier, a blast, he scores. Just past the halfway mark of the game. It's 2-2. Motoring now is Sidorov. Sidorov has Jackson cutting. Goes up top for Thomas. A save made by Wells. Follow-up chance. He scores. Jared Thomas, second point of the night as he gets his own rebound. Dorowitz speeds in. He had the opening goal. Finds Salvaggio. He's been threatening all night, and he finally finds it. 3-3 the score. Sampere with a shot. A follow-up chance in the slot. This one goes in! Right afterward, 5:12 left in the game. It's Charlie Sampere. He has goals in back-to-back games. 3 straight for number 8. We'll see what can happen here. A face-off win. Parkinen, a block shot and a win for the Oilers. That'll do it. 4-3 the final.
Hi, I'm Gigi Marvin from the PWHPA, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Voices of the ECHL. Today, Michael Keeley of the Maine Mariners. How did you decide you wanted to be a hockey announcer?
Originally, I wanted to be a teacher, but then when I started getting into sports and I was watching games, I found myself taking a real interest in the broadcasters. And so sooner rather than later, I was broadcasting my video games or muting the TV and doing my own broadcast. And probably at the age of 13 or 14, I knew that this is what I wanted to do.
What's your favorite city to visit on the road?
We play mostly inside the North Division, but actually my favorite city to go has been Norfolk. We've had a trip down there each of my first 2 seasons, and it's just a beautiful city with a ton of restaurants. It's awesome to walk around. The naval base is really cool, and we've had some good weather when we've gone down there too.
Do you have a memorable moment from your time in the broadcast booth?
This year, though, I did have the pleasure of having Wes McCauley on for a period when we had Wes McCauley Appreciation Night. It was awesome. I mean, Wes is exactly who you think he would be when you hear all his viral videos and all the funny calls he makes. He's got a great sense of humor. He's very knowledgeable about hockey. And honestly, I think if he hung up the skates one day, he would have an opportunity to be a broadcaster or the first rules analyst for NBC or NHL Network.
What part of your job do you like the most?
Just calling games. You know, I mean, there's other parts that are stressful, the travel, the multitasking, but when I get to put the headset on at the end of the day and spend 2 or 3 hours getting paid to watch a game and talk about a game, I'm at my happiest, so that's by far the best part of it.
Captain America is here to help us say thank you for watching another edition of ECHL Week, this time from Cincinnati, Ohio. Make sure to follow us on all our social media channels. It's the best way to keep up to date on everything that's going on throughout the ECHL. See you next time.